Hello, class 5. Welcome back to our English class. Today, we are going to learn a supplementary lesson. The name of the lesson is The Farmer and His Daughters. Before reading the lesson, let us see the glossary. The word distribute means give or share. The word responsibility means power. The word millet means a cereal grown in warm countries. The word sacred means holy. The word harvest means yield. The word wisely means cleverly. Let us read the lesson. The farmer and his daughters. In the village of Manipuram, there lived a wealthy farmer. He had three daughters. All his daughters were married and living their life happily. The farmer was getting old. He wanted to distribute his wealth to his daughters. But he wanted to know what responsibility he could give to each of his daughters. So he called all his daughters and gave each of them a bag of millet. He asked them to use grains in the best way possible and then come back to him after 1 year. After 1 year, the daughters came back to the farmer's house. The farmer welcomed all of them. First, he called the elder daughter and asked about what she had done with the grains given to her. She replied, Father, I fed those grains to flocks of birds that I saw on my way back to home. Let me explain this paragraph. In a village of Manipuram, there lived a wealthy farmer who was very rich and he also had three daughters. All his daughters were married and were living happily their life. As the farmer was getting old, he wanted to distribute his wealth to his daughters. He thought before his death, as he's getting old, he thought of distributing the property, the wealth, to his daughters. But he wanted to know about what responsibility he could give to each one of his daughters. So he called all the three daughters, gave them each of them a bag of millet, grains or cereals. He asked them to use the grains the best way. He asked them to use it in a best way and then come back after a year. So they went back, and after 1 year, when they came back, the farmer asked the elder daughter first. He asked her, how did you use it? He welcomed everyone in and he asked the first daughter, how did you use it? So the first daughter, the elder daughter said, she had whatever the grains she got, she fed the flocks of birds. As she was going home, she saw a lot of flock of birds together, and so she fed them with the grains what she got from her father. Let us read the next paragraph. Then the father called the second daughter and asked the same. She replied, Father, I thought those grains were sacred, holy, so I mixed those with the other grains and kept for community food service, so that everyone could have it. After this, the third daughter came. The farmer asked her about the grains. She said, Father, I don't have those grains with me now. I need two bullocks and men to get the grains. Father was confused and asked her, Why do you need bullocks and men to bring the grains? Let me explain this paragraph. The second paragraph it says that the father called the second daughter and asked what did she do with the grains. And she thought these grains are very holy because the father has given her. So she mixed those grains with the other grains which was used for the community food service. She thought it is very holy and so everybody should get it as food. So she mixed the millets what she got with the grains that was kept for the community food service. And so the farmer called the third daughter, and the third daughter said that she does not have the grains with her, what her father gave her, but she needs two bullocks and men to get the grains. Her father was confused now. How is that? I gave you only few, and how is that you want two men and two bullocks to bring the grain? So he's asking her, why do you need that two bullocks and men to bring the grain? Let us continue. The daughter smiled and replied, I sowed those grains and now it has grown as crops. So I need a bullock cart and men to harvest and bring back the grains. Father was very happy to know that she used the grains wisely. Father found her apt and gave her the responsibility of the fields. He distributed his other wealth equally among the other two daughters. The third paragraph says that her father asked her, "Why do you need two bullocks and men?" So she replied, she had sown the grains, what she got from her father, and now it has grown as crops. So she needs bullock cart and men to harvest and bring back the grains. And so the farmer was very happy that she used the grains wisely. Okay, and so he found her apt person to give all the responsibilities of the fields. So all the fields were given to the third daughter, and he distributed his other wealth among the other two daughters.